You shake their hand. They say their name. You smile, you nod, and 2 seconds later, it is simply gone. You are not rude. You are not bad with people. Your brain never actually stored it. Here are 6 things psychology has figured out about people who forget names, and the last one is the only fix that actually works. Sign 1. The encoding gap. Most people think forgetting a name means losing it. It almost never does. The name was never saved in the first place. Psychologists call this an encoding failure. The information passes through your awareness without ever being written to memory. When you forget where you parked, you stored a weak memory and lost it. When you forget a name 3 seconds after hearing it, there was nothing to lose. Your brain treated it like background noise and let it go. That is not a flaw in your memory. It is a gap in what your memory was ever given. Sign 2. The Baker Paradox. Here is one of the strangest findings in memory science. In a classic experiment, psychologist Gillian Cohen showed people a photo of a stranger. Half were told the man's surname was Baker. The other half were told his job was a baker, the exact same word. Days later, the people who learned his job remembered far better than the people who learned his name. Same sound, same syllables, wildly different memory. Why? Because a baker connects to 100 things you already know: bread, ovens, flour, an apron. Mr. Baker connects to nothing. A name is a tag with no hooks, and memory cannot hold on to something it cannot attach to. Sign 3. The next in line effect. The timing could not be worse. In 1973, psychologist Malcolm Brenner discovered what he called the next in line effect. People remember almost nothing about the moments just before they have to speak, because preparing to talk consumes the attention that would have stored what was just said. Now think about a real introduction. The instant they say their name, you are not just listening. You are deciding what to say, holding eye contact, maybe getting ready to say your own name back. The one moment you most need to pay attention is the exact moment your attention is somewhere else. Sign 4. The lonely wire. Proper names do not live where you think. Brain imaging and patient studies point to one small region near the front of the left temporal lobe, the left temporal pole, that acts as the bridge between a face and its name. It is a narrow, specialized piece of wiring. People with damage there can describe everything about a person, their job, their story, where they know them from, and still be completely unable to retrieve the name. The name is not stored with the memory of the person. It sits at the end of one thin, easily broken wire. Everyone's wire is a little fragile. Some are just more fragile than others. Sign 5. The blocking trap. You know the feeling. The name is right there, on the tip of your tongue, and the harder you reach for it, the further it slips. This is called blocking, and the mechanism is almost cruel. When you strain to recall a name, your brain often locks onto a wrong, similar-sounding word, a blocker, and that wrong word jams the path to the right one. And here's the part most people get backwards. Trying harder makes it worse. The effort raises your anxiety, which strengthens the block. The name usually arrives later, on its own, the moment you stop chasing it. Sign 6. The fix. So, what actually works? Not pay more attention. That is too vague to help. The research points to 3 specific moves. First, give the name a hook. Repeat it out loud once. Nice to meet you, Sarah. And your brain gets a second pass to encode it. Second, attach it to something you already know. A Sarah you have met, a feature of their face, an image the name suggests. You are manually building the hooks the name does not come with. And third, when it blocks, stop reaching. Let it go, think of something else, and let the name surface on its own. You are not bad with names. You were just never taught how memory actually stores them. If you have spent years apologizing for this, you can stop. Forgetting a name is not carelessness, and it is not a sign that you do not care. It is the predictable result of how the brain is built. And now you know exactly where it breaks and how to work around it. Leave a comment with the sign that explained the most. I read every one. And next week, why you can replay your most embarrassing memory from 10 years ago word for word, but cannot remember where you left your keys. If your brain does that to you, you will want to see it.